Welcome to Stories and Songs by Afterglow Music. My name is Joel McCausland.
And I'm Kevin Peay, and we've been creating music for a long time.
We'd like to tell you the stories behind our songs. Mother is someone who's always beside you, leading you by the hand. She'll pick you up, her hug makes it better. I know you understand. She might not know it, but I think she's perfect, and Heavenly Father sees. We needed someone to love us as He does, so He sent a mother to me. Families come in all shapes and sizes, but thanks to a mother's love that shows us the path by earthly example back to our home above. A mother is someone who'll always be with you, whether you're young or old. Nobody prays or tries any harder to shelter you from the cold. When you are sick or sad or just hungry, mothers know what you need. Just like the sunrise brings us the daylight, her smile is all you see. Families come in all shapes and sizes, but thanks to a mother's love that shows us the path by earthly example back to our home above, back to our home above.
Joel, why don't you take time to explain this particular song? I know that you had a calling once that really brought these forward.
This was fun, and it's fun to think about it. In fact, well, I'll tell you a little bit about this as we go through the episode, but we've had some things happen just recently that have sort of gotten me thinking about this a little bit more. So 10 years or so ago, I was called to serve in the primary in our ward, which is, for those who may not know, you meet with the little kids every week, the kids that are really from 4 years old up to 11, I guess. During that time, I was responsible for preparing music times for them, sharing music with them. And it was very intimidating at the beginning, but as time went on, as I developed some relationships with these kids and found ways to connect with them, and maybe even to use that sharing time as a vehicle for teaching principles of the gospel, we landed on one approach that was so much fun over the years. I would come up with a topic. We've talked a little bit about this in a previous episode or two. And I'd write it on the board, and then I would have the kids provide ideas that would center around that topic. And then I would usually go home and write the song from their ideas. And we decided to do one. We had Mother's Day approaching one of the years I was involved, and we thought it would be fun to write a song for our moms. And the kids filled up a whole blackboard full of funny ideas. and that became a song we called Mothers. And of course, a month later, we're looking at Father's Day, and so we decided to use exactly the same music, but just create a new set of lyrics. And that's what these two songs are about.
That's great. So this wasn't nursery. This wasn't crackers and water. This was those that could write on a board.
That's right,
Oh,
yes.
That's great. So the primary is just such a wonderful organization, and these kids, when they start engaging, there's just nothing like it to be able to feel their energy, to be able to see their faces, to be able to watch them interact. And some of the things that just come out of their brains are just wonderful. And if we could all become a little bit more like these little children, like we're supposed to be, we might smile a lot more.
Might be a good thing. You know, it was funny because there were several ideas for each of these two songs, these two versions, I suppose, that I really had to think hard about whether we should include them or not, because they were kind of out on the edge a little bit. Some of them were a little irreverent, some of them were a little funny. And yet I knew we were going to sing these in our sacrament meetings on those days. We'd already talked to the bishop about it. So it was kind of this moment of saying, should I really include that? And so some of the stuff that ended up being in the episode was kind of silly and funny, and it got a smile out of people as they were listening in church. But the kids sang it with enthusiasm, because there's nothing better than singing a song that they helped write specifically for their mom or their dad on those days. And it ended up being something that really became kind of a cherished memory for a lot of the people in our ward, actually. They've talked to me about it over the years, about how touching it was when they heard their kids sing a song that they had a hand in creating.
We learned that the church was going to do some new hymns. And if I remember correctly, you actually submitted some work for consideration through that.
What I found out is that I'm not a good enough songwriter to get in the church's stuff, but it was so much fun. And I think we submitted, 5 of them, maybe 4 or 5 of the songs, and these 2 were included in the category of children's songs, songs that we would do for primary. And whether or not they ever see the light of day beyond that, or whether they were appropriate for the broader church, I guess we'll never know. But it was fun to do. And, I got a chance to interact somewhat with the people at the church music department to talk about what they were looking for, and really to evaluate whether it made sense to submit them. The other day, I was thinking about this, and one of our good friends from our ward has a daughter on a mission today. She's served in Washington, D.C. and Kirtland, I think. They swap out for the summers.
Yeah.
And she's coming home soon. And her little sister, who's just graduating from high school, has just announced that she's going on a mission. So in June or July, I forget, I believe it's July, they're going to do a shared sacrament meeting, one doing a homecoming talk and one doing a farewell. Whatever those are these days. I know they call them different things, but they are the program.
They're both speaking in church.
That's exactly right. And their dad called me the other day. He's just a sweet guy. He's tenderhearted and such a nice guy. And called me up the other day and he said, "Hey, I was thinking about having a bunch of kids that were in primary at that time sing one of the songs you wrote with the kids for that meeting. Would that be okay?" And asked me to help with that. So we'll pull it together. But it really is kind of a touching moment, because those kids are on missions now. A whole bunch of them. There's a few of them that have already come home. There's a few that are out right now, and a few that were part of our primary that are getting ready to go. And it's been awesome. So gratifying to see these kids grow up and they have that spirit and they remember some of the songs. That's great too. But to have them want to sing that song for a mission event like this is kind of a cool thing.
Well, I'm not sure whether the church is actually finished with receiving more stuff. Maybe they are, but at least we found a place to put this on. I think it was Walk With Me.
Yeah.
On the album Walk With Me. And it was fun to watch this come together with some of the other songs that are on that album. And
on a couple of these songs, we actually got the kids from the primary to come down to the studio. And like on the chorus or something, they would chime in and sing. And that too has been a cherished memory. People in our ward, we got copies of this album for those kids, and I think some of them have really cherished that memory and that experience, and hopefully the message of the songs as well.
Well, we hope that those that listen to this will be able to feel what we felt. And I love what you did as far as the writing of this is concerned and how this came together.
And maybe they'll hear something that reminds them of their mom or their dad too. I hope that's something that they'll enjoy.
Wonderful.
Father is someone who's always behind you, guiding you on your way. He'll help you make the right kinds of choices. He'll teach you how to pray. He might not know it, but I am grateful for him, for he helps me choose the right. He'll help me know the love of my Savior by following in his light. Families come in all shapes and sizes, but thanks to a Father's love that shows us the path by earthly example back to our home above. Someone who loves to be with you, whether for work or play. He'll make you laugh and help when you're hurting. His smile will make your day. Some dads are funny, some dads are quiet, but every dad loves you so. His love and lessons stay with you forever and follow wherever you go. Families come in all shapes and sizes, but thanks to a Father's love that shows us the path by earthly example back to our home above.